Up though, it's November 11th, 2025, and it is 1:49 p.m. Listen, um, about 10 something this morning, my mom left up out of here. She was saying that she was looking for some gym shoes and she was going to wash some clothes, and she asked me if I wanted to wash mine. I told her no. So I'm recording this video just in case there's somebody trying to use some type of location of mine right now or making up a lie about me. Also, I wanted to speak on when I was living in South Carolina, right? It was this one lady I used to cop weed from that worked at the nursing home back in the day. Yo, this gay girl that stayed in Reedsville. She had a girlfriend that also stayed in Reedsville with her. I never did anything with them as far as sexual goes. I used to just get weed from her time to time. But I think some type of lie been told about me. When I was working at the Walmart distribution center, from March 2022 to January 2023, that whole time I worked there, this is when I still was smoking weed. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, the last time I smoked was February 2023. I stopped smoking in February 2023. I used to also get weed from this one dude around St. George named Julius, but I don't know what that nigga doing now or whatever. I remember he stayed with this white girl. He told me that they had I think they had a kid with each other or something, or I think the white girl already had kids with him, something like that. I don't remember. But some type of lie been told about me, a real messed up lie been told about me. When I first started working at the Walmart distribution center in March 2022, by April or May of 2022, I remember being in the computer lab and having this one lady helping me out with my stuff. And this was right after I got my first paycheck because I went and got some eye drops because my eye doctor told me that my eyes was too dry. And he gave me some eye drops, and he also gave me, I originally went to get my contacts and my prescription and my glasses prescriptions and stuff like that. So after I got my contacts and my glasses, they gave me some eye drops also because they told me my eyes was more dry than the average person. And I remember going to my car when I was in that computer lab and grabbing some eye drops for this one girl named Natalia because she told me that her eyes was burning or something like that. They wasn't Visine drops, they were little droplets that the eye doctor gave me. And I remember talking to this girl Natalia about St. George where I stayed at, because at one point in time she was telling me, she was like, you could move in, she told me she stayed in Somerville, and she told me that I could be her roommate or something like that. This was way back in the day, yo, because Natalia was kind of cool. And Natalia, she liked girls though, she was gay. And I remember her showing me a picture of a baby or something like that. She told me that her girlfriend had a baby or just had a baby or something like that. She got into some type of altercation with her girlfriend or something. I just remember her telling me that. And when she showed me the baby, she was crying. I couldn't understand what she crying for. She was crying. And that was just weird to me. You know what I'm saying? Because based on what she was telling me, the story she was telling me, it wasn't something worthy of shedding tears over. She was just talking to me about her and her girlfriend and her, how she was I think she separated or broke up with her girl or something. I don't remember how the whole story went. But make a long story short, a lot of lies got told on me when I was living in St. George, South Carolina, yo. A lot of lies got told on me, yo. It was this one dude, this dark-skinned, taller dude with dreads. He had a lazy eye. That was the dude that I was working with when I first started working at the Walmart distribution center. You know what I'm saying? We was basically the only dudes that was around a whole bunch of ladies that was around that area. And I saw within a few months, I never told that nigga directly, but I saw within a few months that the same shitty alliance that got formed when I was in St. George, it got formed against me again. You know what I'm saying? When I started working at that Walmart distribution center, because they pretty much tried to isolate me. They told everybody, okay, look, we this nigga Alvin AJ work at Walmart distribution center now. We don't want to tell everybody at this job site that we was talking about him to people that was from his old city. We don't want to tell people that we was talking about him to people that was in the city that he was living in when he was working at that job. So what we go do is try to make it look like it's him and it's not us. So that one dude used to tell me how he used to be taking, he used to be taking hoes to the hotel room and busting them down. You know what I'm saying? I mean, taking girls to the hotel or motel room and having sex with them and shit like that. The dude who had the dreads. And I made it clear to that nigga, you know what I'm saying? I'm not gay. I'm not talking to men. Because me and that nigga had a conversation about this shit. He was like, man, I'd rather die before I let somebody do that. And I'm like, no, I feel you. I feel you, bro. I was like, I feel you, bro. Because me and him had a conversation about it. He was basically saying he'd rather die before he let somebody, anally have sex with him. Cause I was basically talking to him about how like I never done no shit like that. That's why I said back in August 2024 when I made this big ass public apology to everybody when I was living in Cali. I said with all the crazy stuff, all the ladies that I talked to in the past and all the stuff, with all the crazy stuff that I've been through and all of that, I never let somebody do that to me, yo. Because I always said I was honest with myself and mindful enough to myself to say whatever these men are doing, you know what I'm saying, that be engaging in that kind of shit, it must be something that make them want to go back and do it again. So I said I never in my life let somebody like anally penetrate me, you know what I'm saying? This is why I basically reached out to the cyber hacking agencies and the police and all of that when I woke up feeling weird in my sleep on certain days. So with all this being said, with all this being stated right now, I forgot that dude's name, but the whole point that I'm making is an alliance got formed against me when I first started working at Walmart Distribution Center, because a lot of people had like guilt on their mind. When I first moved to St. George in the summertime, I mean in the wintertime of 2018, this was December 2018. By the summertime of 2019, I was being way more conversational with everybody, you feel me? And then everybody was moving in a scandalous type of way. Everybody was being messy. So by 2020, I started working at the Mercedes-Benz plant in Lansing, South Carolina. And I started working there in like late February 2020, and then by March 2020, COVID happened. Everybody had a chance to fall back from everything that they was doing. Then by 2021, you know what I'm saying? That was pretty much a whole, like all the way up until June, I was getting them COVID checks, and then that stopped. Then my pops moved to South Carolina like a month after that. And then by November 2020 or late October 2021, my dad had got that RAV4. And then by the March of 2022, that was when me, and my family had like a conversation on like text messages and stuff, and I just let it be known like it's a bunch of scandalous stuff happening, and I'm tired of looking at it. I'm tired of seeing it. As far as like the ongoing, constant, repetitive pattern going on over and over and over again. I never did anything with that gay girl I used to cop weed from. She worked at the nursing home in St. George. I just remember she had a girlfriend that stayed in like Reedsville. I never did anything sexual with her. I remember her joking with me one time because she told me I tried to holler at her like way back in the day, but I never did anything with her. Like I used to just cop weed from her. And then another lady, I never did anything with that girl Natalia, yo. Like I didn't even see her like that. She was just somebody that worked at Walmart Distribution Center that was kind of cool. And the reason why I never included her in the other set of ladies that I said I would have talked to was because she liked girls, yo. Like she came off as like the type that liked girls. She was like a tomboy. It's a whole lot I want to talk about. I just recorded a video that was 30 minutes long, yo, and I talked about way more stuff in that 30-minute long video. I just wanted to shorten this one up. But my advice to anybody is don't be childish. Talk to me in person if you think something or you heard something. Fuck your cell phone, yo. What I mean by that is do not go by what's being said and seen on a fucking cell phone. Do not go by what you seeing on a fucking cell phone. My phone been hacked for damn near 5 fucking years. Talk to me in person. It got way worse for me when I realized that every time I actually fell back and calmed down and tried to be humble, all of a sudden now, I said recently, like, yeah, now my family members looking different. Now it's a whole bunch of weird stuff happening around me. My family members looking different. Like, it could be a lookalike acting like them. So I'll be praying that God keep them safe, healthy, and alive and delivered from evil, protected from evil and danger. And I'm talking about the family members that actually like don't look the same, because it could be somebody acting like them and looking like them, especially when people be using face recognition and voice recognition on their phone. But with that being said, I got on a flight October 1st, 2025. It came. I left Michigan and came to Florida. If it's already somebody in Florida making up a lie about me, that means already I've been framed and sabotaged in some type of a scandalous way. This morning, my mom got up and said she was going to wash clothes, and she went through like this bin over here with like shoes and stuff, talking about she got to like grab shoes. My dirty clothes bag right there. I don't know what's like what all she said she was grabbing some gym shoes. That was just weird to me, you know what I'm saying? Because she already got gym shoes. So I'm recording this video just If it's somebody using a piece of my clothing or something already, I'm being lied on, yo. I had a dream that my gray pants was like sitting in the bathroom somewhere, yo. Like the gray pants that I got on right now. I had these pants. I had a dream like these pants right here was like sitting in the bathroom somewhere, yo. And they was like sitting on the sink. And I had me thinking like, did somebody use my pants at some point in time and then make up a lie about me? Ain't no telling. So it's a lot of foul stuff going on, yo. It ain't cool. So I feel like it's disrespectful to somebody for somebody to try to make you look like you schizophrenic. People don't understand what the definition of schizophrenic is. If somebody go through some type of a stress or anxiety, you know what I'm saying? You cannot convert that into schizophrenia. You cannot convert that into some type of a mental problem. You could say that person is overthinking things, possibly paranoid, but you can't convert that into some type of a fucked up ass medical diagnosis like schizophrenia, yo. And I'm gonna say this one more time, yo. Listen. December 2020, I went to Michigan with my dad and my cousin Shamar, and I went and bought a Camry. I left my gun at my auntie house on Enfinger Road, at my aunt Ethel house on Enfinger Road. This is between November 30th and December 4th, 2020. I truly believe that a suicide statement was fabricated or a picture was taken or a video was taken and I was lied on and I was framed and scandalized in some type of a scandalizing way, yo. So ever since, I believe somebody has had some type of illegal approval, if not to hack my phone, but to possibly just frame me in some type of way, meaning like somebody creating other accounts and socializing with people. That's what I said a long time ago. Do not go by what is on a fucking cell phone. Talk to me in person because they have fucked this cell phone shit up. And people who are working for like high powerful jobs has allowed this kind of stuff to happen. If they didn't have me personally, I feel like you got a hand in it. If you allow it to happen, you got a hand in it. That's just how I think. So I just recorded a video that was 30 minutes long and it said it's going to take like 10 hours to upload on YouTube. But yesterday, my YouTube was unhacked because it took literally 2 minutes to upload a 30-minute video. Now I was saying it's taking 5 hours today. So that's bullshit. That means they put that hack right back on my fucking phone. This shit is ongoing, yo.